right, so this is my project for the mini grant. It was a $500 mini grant project. This is the Mental Health Policy Action Summit, and my project advisor was Engage Monona, that an organization that is invested in reigniting communities through civic dialogues and etc. So I'm a 2025 graduate at Winona State University in political science and public administration. And the population I served for this project was the Winona State University community and the Winona community in general. And the goal that I had for this mini grant project that I did was bringing awareness that mental health should be treated as a nonpartisan issue since it affects everybody. So the process, my implementation steps in order for this project to be successful. I started off this project by doing brainstorming sessions. The idea for this project was actually born at the Newman Civic Fellowship Conference in Chicago last year. And then after that, called my mentor and said, "What do you think about this?" And my mentor was like, "That's amazing. Let's do this. Here's an organization that could help you with this." And through these brainstorming sessions, I had two ideas. I had a panel conversation idea for the summit, and then I had a workshop idea for the summit. I ultimately went with the panel conversation proposal, and I sent that proposal to Engage Monona, and they were all on board and show them what I wanted to do at the summit. And after that, I was able to do collaboration with Engage Monona and other stakeholders, such as the Monona State University College of Liberal Arts, in helping me develop the panel and the questions that I would create for the panel and for the materials that I would have for this summit. One of the ch major challenges that I faced was finding the right balance of speakers because I wanted to show all perspectives on mental health, and I wanted to help ensure schedules as well. You know, sometimes a lot speakers have conflicting times, so I had to really learn how to navigate that part, but I was able to do that successfully. Lessons I learned, I really learned how to do stakeholder relationship building, how to do active listening to other stakeholders in this project. And another lesson that I learned was, mental health funding and access for rural communities is really difficult. I thought they would be prioritized first, but they're not. So that is a thing that I learned in this mini grant project. So the outcomes for this, as you can see me participating in the panel, uh, the panelists that I chose were ultimately people from local government, from the local community, as well as someone who could talk about the national level of government and talking about mental health policy legislation at the national, state, and local level of government. And the changes that I found is the quantity of materials needed to implement the summit. I found I could get a bundle of the materials I needed through, you know, the package on, on a website like Etsy, with wristbands, pens and all the things that I would need to highlight mental health messages and show that affirmation for people. Um, I would say 50 people were impacted by the summit. I had one student tell me, I feel like these stickers can spread a message that is positive to my peers that show mental health should be treated as an issue that affects all. As you can see in the right-hand corner here on on your screen, there was a whole bunch of stickers that the students were really invested in selecting. And I think people were really invested into the pamphlets that I created. The pamphlets that I had created showed resources for mental health and legislation that's out there for mental health policy, and also acknowledging Mental Health Awareness Month was going to happen in May, and statistics about mental health and the acknowledgments in the pamphlet. And I think people were really invested into the questions that I had worked on for a really long time for the panel conversation. And one of those topics was LGBTQIA plus mental health, which is a really important topic for all of us to discuss in our rural communities. So next steps, the conversation, I'm going to continue the conversation on mental health and keep and highlighting key pieces of mental health legislation that's out there. And then the next thing that I would do is I'm going to be donating my mental health summit materials that I had, wristbands, pens, stickers, all of that sort, to rural mental health centers so then I could help maximize my impact for this project in a very long-term way. And then for more impactfulness, this panel conversation that I hosted, it brought awareness to university officials and current students, and they found that more needs to be done with breaking the stigma around mental health. So personal growth from this experience of doing this mini grant project, I really just learned how to do grant implementation. It is one of the things that I always wanted to learn for a long time. And then it really improved my problem solving skills, in how to meet, tight deadlines when something goes wrong or there's another issue that arises. It really improved my problem solving skills in this project. So going forward, I am going to be using stakeholder relationship building strategies that I had adopted for this project in my future career in politics, because in politics, you are going to be encountering stakeholders all the time, because that is an important role in how you network with people, and as well as in getting policy passed as well in national government, state government, and local government. And then I'm really proud to provide awareness to mental health in our rural communities. That is a thing I'm really proud of. And that is my presentation. As a reminder, mental health comes first. And I am grateful to Campus Compact for giving me this experience. And I'm really grateful to my project advisor, Engagement Owner, for giving me the opportunity to implement this grant with them, and as well as my other stakeholder, the Renault State University College of Liberal Arts. If you have any questions, feel free email me at nfryer25@gmail.com. Thank you.